Okay, welcome back everybody to Pikmin. We're gonna Pikmin this up. Got 2 more pieces here. I've got, what is this, 5 more pieces here. And then the entirety of this area, so I can hopefully clean up these 2 areas in the next 2 days, which I don't think that's gonna be possible. I'll be halfway home, with, what? More than half the pieces. If I can get 5 here, I'll be halfway. Same with this. So I'm already feeling the anxiety of this, even though I'm not halfway. I'm not even to the 15-day mark. I'm already feeling the anxiety on this. So yeah, we'll start in this area and work our way out. And that's mainly because I have I'm on day 13, but I'm behind schedule, in other words. Day 13, 12 parts. If I get both parts in this area on this day, then it'll be 14 parts on day 14, which means I'll be on schedule. And then if I can hopefully make a little bit of hay and get ahead of schedule. That's the overall arching plan for the next couple days, is to get ahead of schedule, so that hopefully as we get closer to the end of the game and I get closer to that day 30, I'll have a buffer of maybe 1 to 2 days. Okay, I picked the wrong Pikmin color. My bad. What we need to do is we need to pick a bunch of blue Pikmin. Let's go. Oh, 50-50. So I'm going after one of the parts, which is one of the mini bosses I gotta fight. In this case, it's gonna be the bird enemy that's up around over the pond a little bit. Up in that corner there. Yeah, right around here. So the idea is I'm bringing red Pikmin and blue Pikmin because I need the blue Pikmin to get across the lake and push the box, and then the red Pikmin, I guess, supposedly do more damage than the yellow. I'm sorry, do more damage than the blue or yellow Pikmin, so guess I'm relearning the controls here. I already pushed the box, never mind. That's bad. Look at him run right back into the water. That's such fucking stupidity. Alright, looks like we are starting over. That was miserable. I didn't want to drown half my Pikmins. So now that I've learned an important lesson, only blue Pikmin now. I went home this past weekend. My mom gave me some jalapeno peppers. I don't know if she picked them early or what the story is, but they're really not that spicy. And I'm not doing that whole, oh, hey, you can feel the spice, but I'm a big strong man. I don't have to worry about none of this spice. This spice doesn't bother me. there's a little bit of a kick, I can tell, but You know, when I eat a jalapeno pepper, I'm used to it being like, kick me in the teeth with its spiciness. And it's just more like eating a slightly spicy green pepper, you know? Best way I can explain it. Got a little bit of kick, I got a little fire in my mouth right now, but thought it'd be a little spicier than this. Okay. Getting a little bit more into it now, I can taste it now. Yeah, it's a little spicy. Okay, I lied. Doesn't have as many. Oh, there it is. There it is. Hit the back of my throat. Whew. Like my weak spot for hot food, you know. Yeah, my tongue burns and, you know, my mouth gets hot or whatever the story is, but it's the back of my throat and I start coughing and that's it. So we're gonna fight these guys now. Their weak spot is actually their head, so if I can try to aim these blue Pikmin at their head, I think we'll be off to a pretty good start. As you can see, they are doing damage to the birds. It's just that they don't do as much damage as if I target their heads directly, so... If I can hit them as they're coming up, like right here, as he's coming up, he's gonna do a ton of damage. Look at that. Look at his health just melt. So that should get rid of one of them, and then we'll have just the other one here to deal with. The irony is I know neither one of these guys has the part in him, but for some reason I feel like I gotta fight this guy in case so he doesn't interfere with my, when I actually fight the guy that does have the part. You can hear the Pikmin in the water trying to get out. Not obnoxious, isn't it? I should have dismissed the Pikmin I had on the other side of the bridge. Alright, we're gonna try this again here. Get them on the other side of the bridge, and then we'll fight the actual guy who has the actual part. Geiger counter. Every spaceship needs one of these. I don't actually know what it's for. Once in a while it goes wild and lets out a lot of noise. Never pay much attention to it. So it doesn't really do me much good. I feel like Olimar really underestimates the value of all of the parts of his stuff. And I know I mentioned the necessary bolt earlier in this playthrough, I'm sure, as being like, it sounds, from his description, it sounds wholly unnecessary. Like, he's pretty sure that the guy who sold him that part may have ripped him off. But the necessary boat is, guess what? Necessary to complete this game. So, like Geiger counter talking about, you know, counting the radiation doesn't seem all that important if you don't know what it does, but at the same time, it is kind of an important piece of tech for your ship, you know. Also, I'm having one of those moments where I'm doing the fuck around and find out thing, you know, where I told the jalapeno pepper he wasn't shit, and now I can feel his burn on my lips, and yeah, kind of fucked around with that. Now I found out, because I ate the bottom half of the pepper and didn't notice anything. The closer I got to the stem, the hotter it got. Makes sense, because that's where the seeds are. Oh. Alright, that's back to where it needs to be. So that's part 1 of 2 that I need to try to get. The other one, I'm trying to think, where is that? I'll have to look on my map here in a second. We're gonna replenish some of our blue Pikmin corp. A while ago, when I was getting ready to start the series, was around the time that they had this year's Amazon Prime Day. I was looking through all this stuff. Like, I didn't need anything ultimately. I ended up buying socks. Which is like, blah. Last year, when they had Prime Day, I ended up buying like kitchen stuff. So, like a pizza cutter, ice cream scoop, you know, and I think I got like a pan, like a fry pan. I didn't have a fry pan previously, which was like the one good purchase. Like one, like, oh, I'm actually glad that I had Amazon Prime on Prime Day. So I have to do this part where I'm gonna build the bridge. I'm surprised I haven't done this yet. This is something that I could have done with the red Pikmin earlier in the game. I just never thought about doing it. Because I guess because I needed the blue Pikmin regardless to get to this side. Or drown half my red Pikmin, that's also an option. I've seen people do that. Where they take like 100 red Pikmin and they basically pull half of them across the pond in order to shortcut this area, you know, because you need to be able to get them across the pond. Red Pikmin, yellow Pikmin, they die in the water. So you either have to kind of, you know, keep calling them and hope that enough of them get across, or you wait for your blue Pikmin, which is what I did. I think some of the reason I did that was because I believe there's an enemy, not these guys that we're looking at right now, but I believe there are enemies that after a bridge has been built for so many days, they start to like break the bridge down, you know, to the point where you'd have to rebuild it. But whatever. I gotta try and recall my Pikmins that are kind of hiding out. There's one in that box there, that 10 box. I gotta get him out of there. Boo, 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 boo. Thinking, and I know I've mentioned this a number of times in some of these playthroughs, is I said I wanted to read through the Bible to sort of figure out in terms of whether or not the United States is or can be a Christian nation. And the more I read through the Old Testament, at least, which is often the book that is cited when you want to talk about why, you know, gays and lesbians shouldn't be able to get married, and you know, this sense of morality that I often hear referenced as, you know, an ideal by which we need to change our society and our government. The more I think about it, particularly as I'm reading through the prophets, Ezekiel particularly, is this idea that, or at least in my reading of it, is this idea that, you know, the way the United States is, the way it's set up, runs sort of contrary to, you know, the way that, I don't want to really, I'm not really this, but let's grab this part. I have found Sagittarius. My son gave this to me as a present. It brings to mind visions. My son back home on planet Holoctite. Oh, to be back there right now. So to get back to my point, I'm reading through, you know, the prophets, like I said, Ezekiel and them is where I'm at currently, and it sort of harkens back to the old Mosaic law, and, you know, the 10 Commandments, you know, thou shalt have no God before me, sort of thing, thou shalt not worship false idols, 10 Commandment stuff, you know. And one of the things that they talk about in this is that many of the people of that time that lived in Judea were being unfaithful, is a good word, to God, you know, and it's 2 for 2. Must be very worried about me. I have now recovered 14 of 30 parts. Just need to cover 15 more. Should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. So while we do that, let's get our Pikmins back in line here. He often refers to Ezekiel, says that God refers to the Israel people as being unfaithful to him, which, you know, if they're worshiping other gods, I can understand that. So we're just gonna pick as many as we can, but in saying that, it kind of got me thinking, you know, the way, you know, the United States is a bit, it's not really a nation of individuals, but rather, or you know, we're not all from England, we're not all from Europe, we're not all from, you know, the Eurasian continent even, and, you know, we have different understandings of we have different religions and we have different things, and short of going in a very radical direction where you're going to basically eliminate anyone that is not a Christian from this country, you know, I just, it doesn't add up for me. So, you know, in saying that, you know, there's too much difference of opinion, religious-wise. Not even talking politically-wise, religious-wise. For this you'd have to do a mass purge, reset the clock, if you will, in order to get yourself to the point, and with it becoming less popular than more popular to be in an organized religion, Christianity, Judaism, it's less likely that that should ever occur. You could name yourself a Christian nation. Alright, I lost a lot of Pikmin that time, but I did pick up 2 parts, so that's good. We gotta try to clean out the other area next. That guy got eaten. Do the Forest Naval again. Come back here. And try to clean up what's left in this area. We did a good job in the previous area to take care of 2 parts that we needed to get in the first, the one day. So we back on schedule, 14 parts on day 14. I kind of forgot that this is here. I had already partially recovered this. So, right off the bat, we're at, we'll just say 9 a.m. or 7 a.m., however you want to view the start of a day, and we're already up 1 part. We're already to the point where we've got 1 in the bank. So even if I only pull another part, that'll put us ahead of schedule. And we've got a boss battle / another part not far away from where I'm at. Excellent swimmer like me, I have no need for this, but whatever. But I need some bombs first. So we're gonna go get some bombs. And then we'll go back, we'll pick up all of our yellow Pikmins, and yeah. Take on the boss. I was home this weekend and talking with the parents, and they decided that as I mentioned before, they've been going away a lot. They went away in July, they're going away again in August, and then they're going away for a week in September. But they felt that it was important that we talk about there's 2 dead Pikmin. It was important that we talk about their, important documents should something happen to them. That's another dead Pikmin. Good job, Chris. Alright, great. Now we can go get the other Pikmins. First, we're going to get these guys kind of out of the way. But they showed me where their important documents are kept in case for some reason, they're driving down to wherever they're going on vacation, New York, Las Vegas, California, Australia, New England, wherever, okay? Suddenly their car or something were to burst into flames and they were to both die, here's what you need to do. Here's where all the important documents are. Or say, we were to get into an accident and I were to be incapacitated. Here's what you need to do. Here's what you can do. That sort of stuff. Oh look, a boss. Let's fight him. So, fun fact, the only thing that you really can do to damage him is this center area. You can see it slowly healing itself back up, so I want to... My Pikmin keep insisting on fighting with the feet, which is not going to work. They need to latch their assholes onto this ball here in the center. And, yeah. So I just, drowned... I practically drowned most of my yellow Pikmin here. They just went underneath his feet and decided that, that's what they need to do with their life, not come to me so I could throw them and deal damage to the boss. Nah, let's go underneath his feet so that I can die. That's what we want to do. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe I'm calling them and they're being distracted and getting stepped on instead of doing what I want them to do, but I'm gonna have to come back here and get some more yellow Pikmin because they're the lighter Pikmin, and I don't think I can throw red or blue Pikmin high enough. Covered 15. Yep. Healed. Everybody's good. Great. Back to normal. I'm gonna take the rest of my yellow Pikmin, and we're gonna go fight him again, and hopefully this goes better than the first 50 Pikmin I took with me, or 70 Pikmin. I'm gonna get revenge. Revenge! I'm pretty sure he's probably healing up as I, you know, slowly healing, that is. Alright, what we want to do here is not light 60 Pikmin or 70 Pikmin on fire. So let's kind of try to get through here without getting lit on fire. Alright, looks like we did pretty good there. Alright, this is what I want to see. Kind of grab these guys here and let's throw him up onto the ball. That's where all the damage is going to be dealt. Alright, here we go. They're actually not attacking the feet, they're standing near me so I can throw them. This is what I want to do. Alright, the more I can get up there, the better. Also accidentally calling them off the ball, which isn't good. If I can get, you know, 30 of them up there, that should be... Alright, I'm doing much better now, even though I looked like I was fucking it up at first. Right, guard, satellite, deep space is filled with dangers. This automatic satellite does its part to help guard both me and my ship. Sleep better at night once this little satellite's back where it belongs. They're gonna go past the fire, so he's either going to get past the fire or they're going to die. Let's see. Alright, I think they're gonna get roasted here. Bye-bye, Pikmins. Alright, we'll go grab some red Pikmin to pull that part back. They're gonna be assholes about it. But yeah, they showed me where all their important documents are. It's like, hey, here's what happens if this happens, and here's what you need to do if this happens. It's like, I don't want to think about dying myself, let alone my parents dying, you know? It's like, well, you got to think about these things because they're inevitable. And I'm like, yeah, I get that, but I don't want to think about it. You know, it doesn't defeat the fact that I don't want to think about it. I mean, it's good that you're giving me this information, but like, let's not have this conversation again. Ever. There's some weird, quirky things too that they showed me that I mean, they're being fair to me and all of my siblings, but there's some kind of quirky things that are in their last will and testament that I don't know. I don't know what to say about them. I mean, they are what they are. I mean, exactly. I mean, you know, this is what my parents want. So, what am I gonna do? Complain? Fine. I mean, it's their will. I'm not gonna argue with them. You know, I'm not gonna rip my siblings off either. If that's a thought that's going through anybody's head, I'm certainly not gonna do that. They're gonna get their, you know, fair share. They're gonna get their, you know, 1/4 or whatever. But hooray! You're kind of thinking about all the different possibilities. And 13, I should be able to increase my ship's capability. It's a weird, like, hey, you know, that thing that can happen. You know, like, hey, what if something happens to your brother? He dies before we die. Well, we want to make sure that his children get their benefits. You know, they get their portion of what should be their inheritance through their father. I don't know. Whatever. That's kind of the weird thing I was talking about. And I get it, but you know, at the same time, it's just like, you guys are thinking. I think you guys are thinking a little too much. I mean, I get you're covering all your bases in case, you know, something were to happen to, you know, my brother and my niece, his daughter would be, you know, would become the beneficiary then, you know. I'm playing Pikmin, and because the world, as I know it, is quickly becoming I don't want to go overboard and become a conspiracy theorist. But as the world becomes more of a surveillance state, if you will, I'm starting to get suggestions on my phone or wherever online about Pikmin. I don't know if it's a squinky dink because the new Pikmin game came out, or it is because my phone is listening to me. Conspiracy theory. What the heck am I doing wrong? That's what I'm doing wrong. Okay. But, got an article on my phone that was like, hey, here are the 10 cutest Pikmin species ranked. And I'm like, okay. I don't care about how cute Pikmin are. Someone had time on their hand, though. Come on, guys. Let's go. Get out of the water. Let's go. Come on, Olimar. Chris. Olimar's like, hey, it's not my fault you're an ass. You know, you're not good at playing this game. You guys want to be an assholes, I mean, that's fine. I'm just gonna ignore you. So this is either gonna go okay, or this is gonna go very terrible because the guy behind me is just gonna breathe fire and turn my men into dust. Or he's gonna ignore them, and they're gonna take down this fence, no problem. But we'll see. Ways which. He starts blowing fire in my direction, I'll just call my blue Pikmin, and yeah, they will yeah. Remember a long time ago when I was much younger, 10 plus years ago, I remember seeing an Awkward Zombie comic, which used to read Awkward Zombie all the time. Every week she would post a new comic, and she talked about playing Pikmin for the first time and how, you know, you're trying to multitask with your Pikmin to try and, you know, make it so that you're beating the game with the least amount of days you know, needed. So I think the minimum number of days to beat this game is something like 7. or something, because you have to go to the starting area twice. You have to go to this area, the Forest Navel, and the previous area once. So you're already up to 4 there. The next area is going to take at least a day. There's 5. Last area makes 6 days. So I guess 6 days is the minimum, the absolute, like if you're God tier Pikmin player, 6 days is like the absolute minimum number of days that you can have to play this game. But yeah, I kind of want to take this down because if it doesn't go all the way down, it resets itself. Hopefully I can get this done before day ends. But yeah, I mean, this is a good example of the multitask. Being able to send, say, red Pikmin over here to take the gate down. Yeah, okay, there goes all my Pikmin. Great. Alright, so we did accomplish our goal, even if I just lit half my Pikmin on fire. We're just gonna wait out the clock now. Or not. Alright, I guess we'll have to work on those later. So like I said, you want to multitask in Pikmin as best you can to try and reduce the number of days. But then you risk yourself running into a situation where, you know, Pikmin that are trying to take down a wall get eaten while you're away. Or you forget that you need to pick up your Pikmin, so they end up getting eaten at the end of the day. A bomb rock explosion engulfed my Pikmin. The last horrified facial expression is burned in my memory. I must review my procedures for handling Pikmin with bomb rocks so I do not repeat the mistake. Bomb rocks, blah blah blah. Alright, we're going to cut the video here. When we come back, we're going to come back to the same area. We're going to collect more parts.